What's up everyone and welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. Today on the table we'll be covering my top 5 things I'm excited for at Gen Con 2019. And I just want to start out by saying thank you to everyone that supports us over at patreon.com. Without you guys, I wouldn't be going to Gen Con 2019, so thank you very much for your support. If you'd like to help the channel grow, I put the link in the description below. Alright, let's get on to number 5 of my top 5 things I'm excited for at Gen Con 2019. Okay, so number 5 is Tempura, or Tempura, however you want to say it. It's by Cool Mini or Not, Simon, Come On, whatever they want to be called nowadays. They are publishing this with, I believe, Explored Games. It is a digital mixed with physical board game system where it actually has a mat that has like electronics built in, and it works with a main tablet or phone app that can then link everyone who comes over to play board games with you. It can link their apps on their phones or tablets together and kind of run a whole story system within the apps and keep track of dice rolls, movement. There'll be little chips in the player mini bases and the dice. As you can see here, we have components in the mat. And the idea is this works with multiple games, so they'll release more games in the future. There's some electronics in the dice to track dice rolls. And it's coming to Kickstarter in 2020. There's a video I'll actually link in the description below where you can go and check the nice cool animation of all this stuff and kind of the unveiling of it. But it will have Zombicide Evolution as the first game. And in the description of that video, actually, that's where they mention it will be on display, I guess, or demo or whatever not at Gen Con 2019. I want to go and check it out to see what it's all about. I'm not sure how excited I am for it yet. In the end, I'm excited to check it out, that's for sure. That's why it's made number 5. But I'm not sure if it's going to be too much of a gimmick or just a cash grab or that kind of thing, or, you know, if it's even going to be really supported and anyone will really want this. But I do want to check it out at Gen Con 2019 and see what it's all about. On to number 4. So number 4 is Reavers of Midgard, a board game, a worker placement game actually, by Grey Fox Games, the same publishers of another game I love, Champions of Midgard, which I just recently picked up the neoprene mat from Origins 2019. So I'm looking forward to getting that back on the table so I can play with all the expansions I have. But I do love worker placement. I missed the Kickstarter on this one, so I have to check it out at Gen Con. They supposedly have 200 limited copies, so I may have trouble getting it, but if I check it out and I like it, I can't grab it there. Worst case, I'll get it at my local game store later. But if you see this thing, it is beautiful, lots of colorful components. I don't know much about the rules. That is why I'm excited to check it out at Gen Con 2019, and that is Reavers of Midgard, my number 4. So number 3 is the Keyforge Vault Tours. If you guys don't know Keyforge by now, it is a unique deck game. I've covered it on the channel a ton. I have unboxings, tournament videos with commentary. We have deck openings and playing videos, live streams, all that stuff on the channel. So I love Keyforge. It's something I'm really into lately. And Fantasy Flight Games will be running a live stream supposedly of it. They'll have 2 Vault Tours there. You can check them out in the Gen Con events catalog. But they'll have a sealed on Thursday with a day 2 cut on Friday. Then on Saturday, they have an Archon Vault Tour with a day 2 cut on Sunday. I will have my cameras there. I will be there in a press capacity trying to cover at least the day 2s, trying to get some of the games that aren't streamed. I'll have those up on the channel later with commentary. This is the plan right now, so make sure you subscribe if you're interested in Keyforge and ring that bell so you don't miss any of those Gen Con Keyforge Vault Tour tournament videos. But that is the number 3 thing I'm excited to check out at Gen Con 2019. So number 2 at Gen Con, most thing I'm excited for is actually the exhibit hall itself. As you can see here in the pictures, it is massive. I love going to Gen Con for the giant crowd of people that just line up for this thing when it opens at 10 a.m. on Thursday. In fact, every day people line up for it, and they all just rush in through all the entrances trying to grab the new hotness. There is tons on display there. It's super colorful, well lit. I love the smells. All the goodness of tabletop gaming is all in one giant room that just seems to get bigger and bigger every year. But this is my number 2 thing I'm most excited for at Gen Con 2019 is checking out all the cool hotness and goodness and everything on display in the Gen Con exhibit hall. And the number 1 thing I'm looking forward to at Gen Con 2019 is the Fantasy Flight Games in-flight report. I checked it out actually in, I believe, 2017 when I was last there, and it was pretty cool. It's Fantasy Flight Games, one of my favorite companies. You guys know I cover a lot of their games on the channel. Game of Thrones, the board game, 2nd edition, published by Fantasy Flight. Game of Thrones, the card game, published by Fantasy Flight, were like the first 2 major things to pull me into modern gaming and modern card games. And I just, yeah, I have a special place in my heart for Fantasy Flight Games, which is why I love going to the in-flight report. They've been kind of quiet lately announcing stuff leading up to Gen Con. We kind of don't know what they're going to have there. but at their in-flight report, which is actually an event on Wednesday evening, I believe at 7 p.m. Tickets are sold out for it, but I did get tickets for it. And I want to go check it out to see what will be announced new at Gen Con. Some stuff will be there in demo, they might announce. Some stuff for sale, new things on display for later in the year. They've done it in the past where the Fantasy Flight report has been in the middle of Gen Con. So when you go to their booth, you'll see little empty spaces in their display cases and empty spaces maybe on the demo tables. And then after the info report, all of a sudden, boom, you have new games to demo, new things for sale, new things on display. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they've been hiding and keeping secret, and that they'll unveil for Gen Con. I'm hoping for some new stuff for Lord of the Rings, Journeys to Middle-earth board game, some new Keyforge stuff would be awesome to be unveiled there. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to attending this and getting the hype train for Gen Con in full gear, and giving me something maybe to run for on Thursday morning to check out at Fantasy Flight Games booth. But yeah, that is the number one thing that I'm looking forward to check out. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you want to subscribe and stay tuned for the Gen Con coverage, hit that bell, don't miss any of it. If you like these videos about this stuff, hit the like button. Feel free to leave some comments below with any of your things you're excited for at Gen Con 2019. Where should I be going to check things out? I will be, like I said, there in a press capacity, so I do want to check out some things, get some videos for you guys. So yeah, leave those in the comments below where I should be checking out. Say hi if you see me there also. I should be around the Fantasy Flight Games tournament area most of the weekend, doing Keyforge related things, but yeah, I'll be wandering around the dealer hall also, or the exhibit hall. Yeah, so check that out. If you want to support the channel, the link is in the description below to head on over to Patreon. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.